I'm Theresa V, and this is the place to be if you want to have the energy, the stamina, and the vibrancy to live your purpose and create the life that you want in this world that you love. Each month, I check in with our beloved archangels to see what messages of love, hope, and support they have for us to help us navigate the energies of the time. In this video, our angels will be sharing with us about the great harmonization. Stay tuned. It's happening. All that we've been asking for and demanding. The world is shifting. The systems and the constructs that are outdated, no longer in integrity, and out of alignment are being exposed, taken down, or crumbling from the inside. This is the destruction that we've been holding the energy for. And hold on, before you go anywhere, we are not a destructive people by nature, but this is destruction in the name of building something more aligned. This is destruction in the name of creating a new and better heart-based world, even though at the moment it might not always look like that is what's happening. If you could stand back and remove all of your attachments to all things human for 1 second, it would all make perfect sense. We've held the energy for this. We've done the work. And as we hold the energy for this shift and the vision for the world we want to create, we are changing to be more in line with all of it. Our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual systems are becoming more in alignment with each other. They're growing closer in vibration. They are also realigning with this new higher frequency, this higher vibration that we will be living in from now on. Anything that is not in alignment with this frequency and this vibration is showing itself. It's not able to come along for the ride. It is too low in its vibration. And so we are becoming aware of these things. They're being brought forth for cleansing, for harmonization, and for rectification. In some cases, these might be physical issues. In other cases, they might be relationships that need to be addressed. And still in other cases, it might be mental or emotional distress, feelings we've not dealt with, thoughts that we've had for so long. These things are all coming up for us to address on a personal level, because as within, so without, as above, so below. We can't expect the world to be going through these shifts without going through them personally as well. Plus, we are the people who are leading the way in this new energy. So we are being required to move through this process to get there first so that we can help all of the others who come next to go through their process in the most aligned, most loving, fluid way possible. We are at the forefront of this change. We are being asked to show up in greater integrity, the same way we are asking the rest of the world and everyone in it to do the same thing. We are the builders, here to build what's next. We were created perfectly suited to the work that we are here to do. All of the things that we will be creating from here will take into account more perspectives, will work for more of the whole than what existed before. We cannot hold the energy of wanting to do this work, of wanting the world to look a certain way, to work for more people, to be more true, to resonate with love, to be more soul-centered, without doing the work for ourselves as well. And we have done so much of this work before. It's not that there's so much to clean and clear, but we now, because the vibration that we've been holding is so much lighter, we have changed the vibration of the planet. Everything is much lighter, which is why all of these denser things that could exist until this very moment now can no longer exist, because that density cannot be brought into this new lighter vibration. It cannot coexist with what comes next. This is simply because we are able to access the more subtle levels now. Even if we were looking for these things 2 years ago, we would not have been able to access them because the energy was not at the right frequency. It was not subtle enough for us to reach what it is that needs to be shifted now. Always remember, you are exactly where you need to be in any given moment. You did not miss a train. You did not miss a memo. You are exactly where you need to be right now. When something is right for us, it keeps returning. It will always come back. There will be a new opportunity to do that thing once again in a more aligned way. We are harmonizing all of these energies within our own lives, within our own relationships, in service to the great harmonization that is going on throughout the world. And even more than that, we are now radiating that frequency. So this work is in service to the entire universe. It can feel like a lot. It can get overwhelming sometimes, and it can feel like every time you've started moving in a direction, there's something else to explore, there's something else to heal or to look at. Instead of having this be a lesson in frustration, let's turn it into a lesson in gratitude. Because of all the work we've done up until this point, we can now access those things. We can now get even clearer. We can cleanse our system so that we can more fully receive and embrace all of the messages that are coming to us. And speaking of our guidance, we tend to think of our guidance as coming externally. It's always coming to us externally. Our angels, our guides are external to us. The truth is that while our senses help us to process the world that seems external to us, our spiritual senses are actually internal. Our spiritual sight, our spiritual feeling, our spiritual knowing, that all comes from inside of us. Yes, we can receive guidance from our guides, from our angels, from our divine team who are seemingly outside of us, but that guidance blooms from inside of us. The more we can get ourselves in line with our physical systems, the more clearly and the more quickly we will be able to receive that guidance and interpret it. We will be able to take the action steps that we're being asked to take or that we are being guided to take. And this is not without running those things through our heart monitor, running them through our system to see if they feel right to us. If anything we're being guided to do doesn't feel right to us, then it is either not the right time or it's not the right action for us to take. And then we can simply check where our guidance is coming from, ask for more guidance from the beings of the highest light that is for the highest intention for good, and we can take more aligned action steps as we receive them. So what can we do at this point in time, especially when maybe we feel like there's just been so much? Why are we still clearing? Why are we still cleansing this stuff? The first thing we can do is to realize that we are infinitely supported in all of this. We are not alone. We don't have to do it all ourselves. The guidance and the support is always there for us because we are trying to improve things on behalf of ourselves and everyone else. All we need to do is ask for the guidance, ask for the assistance, ask for the help. And to be honest, if you're having a day where it just feels too much and you want to complain, you can do that too. You can complain about what it is you're going through because that actually will help your divine team to understand where it is that you need support. What is too much and what feels right to you at this time. And then once we ask for the help, once we ask for the guidance, all we need to do is breathe and allow at first. We just take a step back and allow it to come to us. This all with the knowing that every time we ask, we are answered. There is never a time where our request goes ignored. Just know that guidance, that assistance we've asked for is on the way. And then when the things show up for you that need to be cleared and rectified, notice them without judgment. You weren't able to notice them before because everything was too dense. You did not do anything wrong. You should not be further along the path. You should not have seen or experienced this before or been ready to release it at a time that's past. You are in exactly the right place. Do not judge yourself. We get enough of that from the rest of the world. Let us start to work with ourselves more and more to support ourselves, to nurture ourselves, so that we can show up in our more whole form. We don't have to have that internal fight going on all the time that depletes us so much before we even show up for the external things that we do. If you're feeling like you're being guided and things are a little bit fuzzy, you're not quite sure which steps to take, ask the guidance to come more clearly. If there's a way that you know that you could interpret guidance that would be better for you, let your guides, let your angels know that as well. Let them know what the best way to reach you is. We tell other human beings what the best way to contact us is. Our divine team needs this guidance as well. Our angels are always willing to help us, to shift and change the way they communicate so that we can get exactly what it is we need in the way that we need to receive it. If you've done that and you still feel fuzzy and unclear, then maybe the timing is not yet right. Maybe the seed has been planted and it will blossom and bloom as time moves on. Notice these things and keep asking for exactly what you need in the way that you need it. Moving into and through this deep work needs radical self-love and self-acceptance. You are exactly who and what you need to be right now. And the more you honor yourself with that knowing, the more ease and grace, the more flow you will have as you move through all of the things you'll be moving through. You are now moving into a frequency that is much more in alignment with the life that you desire, with the life that you truly want to create, and also with the power of example that you are to others. Whether or not you choose to be, whether or not you want to be, you are absolutely one of the way showers that will be allowing others to see how to move through things as we move forward. Just by living, just by being you, and just by allowing yourself to receive the guidance that is coming to you. Embrace who you are now, as well as exactly what wants to come through you in the way it wants to come through you at this point, as long as it feels right, it feels good, and it feels in alignment. After all, why would you hold yourself back? You have done so much work to get here, and the world really needs your light exactly as it is and exactly as you bring it. Fearless Love Warrior, that feels very complete from our angels for this month. If you would like more love and support from your angels, as well as a group of like-hearted love warriors to gather with, please join our next Angel Transformation Hour. This time together with other beautiful souls and our angels is filled with supportive and loving messages about what's going on in the world as well as what's going on with you personally. Plus, the angels answer your questions live during the gathering. Use the link in the description of this video or in the comments section below to make your donation and be all signed up for Angel Transformation Hour. As always, thank you so much for being here, sharing these videos out so freely, and leaving the comments that you do. You are so loved and appreciated, and I cannot wait to be together with you in Angel Transformation Hour or at any of our upcoming events and trainings. Sending you so much love.